It's more than just a document, a signature in ink. It's the foundation that we stand on, the crucial missing link. It is the compass for the journey when the path is not clear, a shield against the storm for everyone who's standing here. From the vision of our leader, Ash, to every single team, it's the fabric of our culture, the realization of the dream. This is our code, our sacred vow. It's the why and it's the how. It builds the trust we have today and lights the ethical, righteous way. It's the bedrock of this mission, the promise that we keep. A safe, inclusive community, awake, no longer sleep. It tears down the ambiguity, the shadows of a doubt, so we know what respect means, what integrity's about. A shield against the conflict, a guide for what is right, for using all our assets in the company's light. It makes our values actionable, a standard set so high, protecting our reputation that will never ever die. This is our code, our sacred vow. It's the why and it's the how. It builds the trust we have today and lights the ethical, righteous way. It's the bedrock of this mission, the promise that we keep. A safe, inclusive community, awake, no longer asleep. When you're standing in the gray and you don't know what to do, this book will be your guidance. It will see you through. It empowers every founder to stand and do what's true. It shows the world our character in everything we pursue. For the partners and the clients, it's a signal and a sign that this company is built upon a solid moral line. This is our code, our sacred vow. It's the why and it's the how. It builds the trust we have today and lights the ethical, righteous way. It's the bedrock of this mission, the promise that we keep. A safe, inclusive community, awake, no longer asleep. The commitment is unwavering, serious and strong. With Ash Mufareh leading, this is where we all belong. This is the new horizon. This is our victory song.
Karma's a bitch.
Queen of Karma.
Hello, everyone. How are you all doing today? I hope that you're all having a wonderful, amazing Thursday, and that you have all had a wonderful week. Tonight, we are gathered here today, the sayers of nay, because we are going to be taking a look at the women today. Listen, I bully, if you will, as they would call it. I bully a lot of the men that are in this cult. And tonight I thought we would concentrate on what the ladies were doing. What are the girls up to? What have they been doing on their channels? It's been a little bit since we checked in. And I also thought that we would talk about what is Victory with Ash. Because I found a wonderful AI video to explain it all to us. That is apparently not a Bill Musk production for the first time. So that is wonderful. I am so glad that you could make it, Violet. That looks like a bridge to nowhere. I agree. Joe is here. Good to see you, Joe. Angel says, I'm glad to make it on time. You usually come on time. This is terrifying me. The theme song there, which apparently this is their new theme song now. Still nothing like In It to Win It, is it? But yeah, it's an interesting song. Nev says, unfortunately, I have to go to the J-O-B. Oh no, not the Just Over Broke. Oh my God, not that. What are you doing, Nev? You're not supposed to be doing that. You're supposed to be making money online by stepping on people underneath you. But I'll get my barf bucket and catch the replay later. Well, hello to you if you're watching this in the replay. Salami says, hey, with the appropriate amount of haze. Don't you mean Chris's Harem, right? Maybe. It's like the Brides of Dracula. It kind of is, isn't it? It kind of is. Hello, Takara. Good to see you. Made it just in time. So, I think we'll start off by, please hype up the video that you are watching right now. I hear that if you're on your phone, you can hype it up. If you hype it up, we will get it into the algorithm. Lately, YouTube has been recommending channels that are doing nothing but doxing, swatting, and drama. I think it would be nice if we started to get videos in the algorithm that were speaking out against harmful systems. So make sure you hype up this video, like it, spread it around, and before we get into what the girls are doing, I want you to just take a moment, don't mind my little personal plug here, and see what you notice about Jeffrey Morlock's channel. No chains on my thoughts, no leash on my soul, on the fire in the forge, on the hammer and gold. They can't sell me to heaven, can't threaten me with hell. I've been free since the moment that I've learned to rebel. I'm the prayer and the answer, question and key. The force that I follow is a force in me, so keep your crown, keep your altar, keep your throne. I've learned how to stand in the storm alone. No fear in the dark, I'm the light that I need. No shepherd, no flock, I'm the one who leads. Every breath that I take is a vow to be free. Every step that I make is a hymn to me. No flags in the name of God to defend. No holy crusades with no righteous end. Take faith out of fight, watch the battlefields clear. Peace grows loud when the gods disappear. So the channel's looking a little empty. Looking a little bit empty right now, isn't it? You may have noticed that the last thing posted on there was something about OnPassive, and it was 11 months ago. I am very happy to announce that since our video on Jeffrey being in Des Alpes, he has left Des Alpes. He is no longer in Des Alpes. So we might have saved him. We might have saved him from at least one, so there's that. I was very, very happy to learn this. So I'm glad that he left. The bad news is he might have joined another one. So please stand by for a future update. Sometimes you can save them from the scheme, but the industry just sucks them right back in, which is what we just got to get rid of all of them. Hello, Mr. Level. Good to see you. I'm glad that you could make it. Yeah, he might have already done so. So I heard that he might have moved on. He mentioned that he might have found another endeavor. So just stand by. I might be back in a week or two going, now Jeffrey is in this scam. So, celebrate for now. We did get him out of Des Alpes. So yes, hooray! Woohoo! But he might be getting preyed on by something else. Because unfortunately, unless you leave the industry outright and realize what's going on and wake up and kind of come on the side of the naysayers, you tend to just jump from scam to scam to scam. So what is this scam? We've been trying to figure this out for a while. Different people are kind of saying different things. But most recently, they have been releasing this AI video, passing it around, that allegedly explains every single thing that we need to know about Victory with Ash. They're calling it Victory with Ash Decoded. Thank you, Violet, for gifting 5 Queen of Karma memberships. If you got a membership today on this Ash's Harem stream, make sure that you thank Violet in the chat.
So you've probably heard the buzz. A huge new private community from OnPassive has just launched, and it's called Victory with Ash. But here's the thing. This is not your typical everyday launch. No way. This one's strategic, it's super exclusive, and it's all built on a foundation of trust.
It's super exclusive. Tonight, you're going to hear them talk about how they have 100,000 members over and over again. I'm sorry. It will get a bit repetitive.
So let's just dive right in and break down what this whole thing is, how it's rolling out, and what it all really means for the future.
All right, first things first, the big question on everyone's mind, right? What is Victory with Ash?
Yeah, I have been asking myself this question. What is Victory with Ash? Hello, Mark B. So glad that you could make it. Right? This is ridiculous, isn't it? And I'm not a big fan of this AI narrator, by the way. Not my favorite one. A lot of people use this guy. I don't know who it is. I have nothing against the person whose voice they stole. But it's not my favorite one. Exclusive, super duper exclusive, we promise. But yes, exactly. What is Victory with Ash? Is it a business? Is it the bridge to a business? Is it a learning platform? What is it?
You're hearing the name everywhere, so let's get right to it and get a really clear definition.
Well, I mean, I'm hearing the name everywhere because I'm following all of it, but I highly doubt that if you're not already following the OnPassive saga, that you've heard of it. Unless maybe you're in Dubai and you go to the mall.
So at its heart, Victory with Ash, or VWA as you'll hear it called, is an exclusive private membership community. And you've got to pay attention to those words, exclusive and private. This is really not some open to everyone free-for-all kind of forum. Think of it more
Write that down.
more like a carefully curated space. It officially went live back in October 2025.
What? Did it though? I don't consider it to be live until people in the public can join it. Like technically it's just kind of going live right now because they're able to share links out and have other people join. But at the end of October, the people that got in were those that were approved through the application process only. So, is it live? My understanding of what this platform looks like right now is that it's very similar to the OES, except with less things. Basically, you log in, you are met with a page that gives you some of your links, and then you are met with a page that has the updates from Ash on it. And that is it. There are no products. There's not even really an area for future products where they're sitting. So that's what I mean when I say it has less things than the OES does. The OES kind of had some stuff you could click on and move around. This doesn't even have that. People have told me it's basically like a skeleton of the OES. It is what it is. And I'm like, that's probably actually exactly what it is. You probably don't realize you just explained exactly what it is. Oh, the opera. That sounds lovely. Definitely way better than watching OnPassive videos all afternoon like I was doing. Who's the sexiest OnPassive lady? Well, by the end of the night, you should be able to figure that out. If that is something that you want to do, I guess. I mean, if Chris does it, I don't know why you can't. This cartoonish theme is just it. It is. It's very juvenile-y. We're in grade school watching a presentation explaining this to us. That's the vibes I'm getting.
Which, by the way, was a massive milestone for the whole OnPassive global movement. Now, what's super interesting here is how they're actually rolling this out. They didn't just flip a switch and open the floodgates. Not at all. It's really like a masterclass in controlled growth. It all kicked off in October with a really strategic test phase, just for a hand-picked group. Now, here...
What were you testing? Just, again, the login into a back office? Like, there aren't products that they're testing. It's just so manipulative to use this language, because when you hear that, you think that they have like software that they're testing or something, you know?
Here in November, we're seeing that controlled expansion ramp up. And the plan for the future? Well, it's all about gradual, organized onboarding for anyone who wants in. See, the whole idea isn't about getting big fast. It's about getting strong first.
Now, see, let's be fair here. You can't really, hold on, let me go back to this last slide here. You can't really say gradual onboarding continues for all who wish to join in good faith. You hope they join in good faith, but let's be honest here. This whole company or whatever this platform is not really in good faith. You are teaching people how to learn and grow in order to give Ash Mufareh blind loyalty and put all your faith in him. And learn how to run his MLM business in future. Right? They're doing this for themselves. So is it in good faith? That's the first thing. The second thing is, if you're doing this, even a gradual onboarding of people in the public, unfortunately, like with any community, by the way, all communities have bad seeds. All of them do. There is no way to have a public community without having some people there that are not there in good faith. It sucks, but that's just the way it is. And at this point, it seems like everyone that's getting into this platform is now being given a link to then add 10 people. I doubt that every single person that joins is really going to be there in good faith. I can tell you right now, there's already people that aren't there in good faith. They're there to send me stuff. So, like, and it's kind of funny how they want to frame this as like, every single person that joins, we promise they're going to be 100% in. They're all here in good faith, and they're all just like you. And it's like, I get that you're being open about building this echo chamber now, which I guess is one step in the right direction. But it isn't going to be like this big safe space. And not everyone there is going to be there in good faith. It's just an impossible thing, especially if your idea is to have some kind of public business in future that is an MLM style business scheme. Then we're really going to see a lot of people there that aren't there in good faith. You know, so just be careful what you promise.
Big fast. It's about getting strong first. Okay, so let's talk about that first wave of members. I mean, the foundation of any strong community, really, is the people who are there at the very beginning, right? And you can tell VWA took this super seriously, with an incredibly deliberate approach to building its core group. I mean, just think about this for a second. The
VWA is currently valued at $16.2 billion. It's a platinum unicorn.
very first people in, they were not chosen at random. They were actually hand-selected from a pool of, get this, hundreds of thousands of applicants. That's just...
I get what it is about this video that annoys me. He thinks everything that he's about to say is going to be some big ball that he's dropping on us. And he does it several times in the video.
It's wild. And it tells you two things right off the bat. First, the demand to get in is absolutely massive. And second, the whole selection process was built to find people who were already on board, you know, perfectly aligned with the community's vision from the get-go.
And this whole thing wasn't just, a simple...
Wait, is that a triangle? We've reached the point where we are now drawing pyramid shapes. It's like watching Randy Schroeder.
beta test for a new platform. Not even close. This selective first step was really framed as the first real, visible move towards what the founders are calling the big, bold, beautiful shared dream.
And you really had to go with a triangle-shaped Why? Why would you do that to yourselves? Even when I don't want them to meme themselves, they do.
So what that does is it sets the tone right away. Joining VWA isn't just about getting access to some service. It's about being part of a much, much bigger mission.
There always has to be a rocket, too, somewhere, doesn't there? They won't give up the rockets. It's similar themes are just used over and over again by them. Like the lions are constantly reused. We see the lions come and go a lot. That was a thing before the carnivore diet, even. Just promoting OnPassive. And now we're seeing that it's weird.
Okay, so you've got your founding members. They're in. What's next? Well, you need the rules of the road, the principles. Because, let's be honest, a community without any principles is really just a mob, right? A crowd. And that's why the VFIA launch put such a huge emphasis on building that foundation of trust and stability from day one.
They're like, we're trying to build a cult.
So what are the absolute non-negotiables for every single member? Well, it all starts with the tech. The platform has to be stable, secure, and working perfectly. That's table stakes. But after that, it's all about the people, the human side of things. We're talking clear communication systems and a code of conduct that everyone understands and follows. That's what keeps the whole thing positive and functional. And then there's the big one, strict confidentiality. And
I'm still not really sure, like when they say a platform that works. Doing what? Like that you can just log into? Because yay, mission accomplished. You know, like, wait, was this supposed to do anything else? I thought we were uploading videos to it that were going to teach people how to run a business. Are they building a software in order to play these videos? You get what I mean? Like, we're not getting much explained to us here, are we? Like, they're like, the first step is we build a platform that works. The next step is we communicate. I'm like, whoa, go back to the platform. What does that do? Let's get back. Oh my. It might have started with Derek. Honestly, it's been posted on like almost all the channels. They're treating this as their first official Victory with Ash promotional video, if you will. Right? Like it's spreading. It's on all of the channels. They're all re-uploading it. And they're all like, everyone has to go watch this video to understand what we're a part of. And I'm like, okay, I feel like we're going to watch the video. And I'm still going to have questions like usual. We're halfway done. We still don't know what the point of the platform is other than not being a mob and communication.
believe me, as we're about to see, this is about way more than just keeping secrets.
Okay.
And here is where it gets really clever.
The rule. Members were asked not to share daily updates publicly. Which... it's a weird rule when your whole business model depends on promotion and marketing. But, you know, do you, boo-boo, you know? The result, this revealed who truly follows directions and can be trusted. You know, Tanya's watching all of you. All right, she's the head of the Harem.
Whole confidentiality rule? It wasn't just a rule. It was a test of trust. The early members were told very clearly, hey, don't share the daily updates publicly. Simple.
They're like, we are using these cult tactics. They're not even hiding it anymore. They're like, yeah, we were testing your loyalty. And you are under a magnifying glass. We're watching every single move that you make. All right? That's, not great. Not good. What's sad is that they're just accepting it. They're like, yeah, no, that's fine. Big brother, we're cool with it. Test our loyalty. And then terminate us if we don't listen.
Right? But the ones who actually followed that instruction proved they could be trusted. That one simple request became this incredibly powerful filter to find out who was reliable, who could actually be counted on to help grow the community the right way.
8 years in. Just gonna throw that out there. They're 8 years into knowing each other. So imagine being someone that's been here for 8 years, you've been all in, but maybe you wanted to share your link out publicly. You know, because you don't really know 10 people that you could message. They've all left you. You've been doing MLMs for 15 years. Now you're in this one, you know? You don't have many people to send the link to. So you share it publicly, thinking some of the people at OnPassive that are on your Facebook page, which is pretty much all your Facebook page is now, you know, they'll be okay to share the link with, and they can click on it. It's really just your family and them on your page. Well, too bad. You're now booted out. Cast out. You're a pariah. You won't be moving on to the next step. Imagine. And you've watched thousands of hours of these webinars. Whatever we've watched, they've watched like 5 times more than us. And we've watched a fucking lot, okay? Like, so just think about that. They put all that time in. All that time in. And then they're told this. It's just, what a slap in the face. This is awful. I hate it here.
Honestly, it's a genius move. All right,
You're
so this
genius.
brings us to the million-dollar question. The one you're probably all
Manipulating everyone. Genius.
thinking right now. With all this talk about being exclusive and needing trust, how on earth does anyone actually get in? Let's break down the exact path to becoming a member of the Victory with Ash community.
So the whole process, and this is key, is built on that foundation of trust we keep talking about. It is strictly invitation only. And here's the kicker. Those invites aren't coming from some corporate office. Nope. They come directly from existing, trusted members.
If I told you that there are a good maybe quarter of the MLMs that are out here make it so that you could only buy products or join through a distributor with a link, and that this actually isn't that new of an idea, would you believe me? Because guess what? If this is what makes them exclusive, there's already hundreds of MLMs that are doing this. Even MLMs like Sensi, if you go to order off of the website and you don't have like a distributor that you're going through, they'll just assign you to one in your area. Like automatically, they'll be like, okay, here's your distributor. This is the one in your city. You're getting it off of this person now. A lot of them make it so that you can't just go and buy off the website without going through somebody. Like you can't just buy directly from the corporation. So this isn't as elite and exclusive as they think it is. I'm not even sure who you would ask to join, because every single time that I see someone post a link up, because they have been posting their links public, yeah, a bunch of them have. I've seen them. I've even clicked on a few right away, and they're always full. So it's so weird. Because the corporate office is the bathroom in Ash's study.
That means patience is absolutely crucial. So while yes, the community is technically open to anyone in the public, the
The toilets is thrown.
only way in is through that personal invitation link from someone who's already on the inside.
Wow.
And I've got to say, I absolutely love this quote, because it just flips the whole idea of waiting for an invite on its head.
Doesn't even read you the quote.
It's not about sitting back and waiting. The advice is to inspire someone to send you that link. You've got to show your quality, show your dedication, your desire to learn. Basically, you don't just get an invite, you earn it. You prove that you're the kind of person who's going to make the community better.
Okay, so let's say you've earned your way in. What's the point? What's the big picture here? What is this?
Yeah, so the whole thing now is that people are going to be proving that they deserve a spot. How do you do that? I'm not really sure. Liking posts of people that you hope are already in, going to their live streams that they're no longer doing every day. Like I don't even know what that would look like right now, because they're being told not to stream and make videos about this. So where are they engaging? There isn't a place in the Victory with Ash platform like ONET, which was kind of like their version of Facebook in OnPassive, remember? Where you could like update a status. Like they don't have that. So my whole thing is you've kind of taken away the one way that they could engage, which was in live stream chats and under the YouTube videos or underneath posts when they post about this thing on social media like Facebook, Instagram, etc. So what does that look like then? How do they prove themselves? It's like they kind of got them stuck in a catch-22 where you can't do nothing. Lovely, right? Like it's ridiculous to me, is what it is. Setting them up to not grow and to fail.
Global community actually trying to build together. Let's pull the camera back a bit and look at the ultimate vision, the shared goal that's driving this whole thing.
Oh, I've been pulling the camera back, don't you worry.
The whole vision comes down to building a community on 5 key pillars, and it's
money, Ash's ego, Ash's delusions of grandeur, money, and Ash. There's the 5 things.
so much more than just tech. It's about creating a culture of real optimism and active cooperation, not just being a
No peasants, Violet says. You need to prove you deserve to be a victim again, which is exactly what's going on here. Exactly what's going on here. Recently, I did a live stream where we discussed Pam and Larry's apology. And it's funny because just the other day, Always Marco was doing a stream and he was reacting to somebody that had kind of come out here that was also in Amway to sort of stick up for Amway and be like, you know, they're a great company just because those 2 bad people did something, blah, blah. And he made the point that it's crazy because these regulations and these things that, you know, Pam and Larry broke are there to protect the person that is now sticking up for the company that is abusing it and harming them. And it's almost like this person has Stockholm syndrome. You know, it's like when someone in a domestic violence situation, you know, the victim sticks up for the abuser and says, oh no, don't be mad at him. You know, I upset him. It's my fault. It's the same sort of thing, right? And this is like going a step further than that. Where it's like, yeah, we victimized you with our last pyramid scheme that got shut down, by the way, by the SEC. So now we're doing this. Oh, but you have to prove that you're worthy to come get ripped off over here now. It's like, what the fuck are we doing? You know? It's insanity. It's like, how dare you tell them that they even have to apply? I'm still pissed. I'm pissed. He has a nerve. Ash Mufareh has one hell of a nerve. Like, it really angers me when I think about all the time and effort that people put into this thing without this. And when you add this in, I'm just like, you fucking asshole. I'm so confused. Right? Like, do I know anything more than I did at the start of this video? No, I do not. Just kissing Ash, that's all, right? We're not worthy! You know, it's like, what are we doing here, guys? Like, go do anything else. It would be better.
Aim on a member list. It's about building an environment where everyone is working towards shared success, not just their own. And what holds it all together? Well, it's those foundational principles we've been talking about this whole time. Trust, and the discipline to live by the community's values in every single thing you do. In this final quote from the announcement, wow, it just perfectly captures the whole vibe of this launch. It's all about momentum and making very deliberate progress.
I hate how he goes on about how great the quote is before it's read. It really blows. Like, I don't need you to, like, it's on the screen. Stop pumping me up for it. I'm looking at it.
You know, this isn't a mad dash to the finish line. It's more like the careful, steady construction of a shared future. It's happening one person, one step, and yeah, one victory at a time. It's pretty
See, like the quotes aren't actually fully read by him. You read the last one a little better. It's like, can you read the quote, please? You forgot to put the quote in your notes that you had the AI read.
powerful stuff when you think about it. So, to wrap this all up, it leaves us with one last really interesting question to chew on. We live in an online world that's all about moving fast, getting huge numbers, and sometimes chaos. So is this different approach?
100,000 people so far.
This slow, trust-based, invite-only model, is this the new blueprint for building online communities that are actually strong, purpose-driven, and built to last? It's definitely something to think about, for sure.
Yeah, they do it with cults all the time. Right? I mean, you can walk off the street, but then they make you feel like you have to like apply to be there usually. It turns around pretty quick. You know, you go in, hey, what is this place? I just came by, wanted to join, wanted to check it out. And then you usually have to go do a test or an audit or something to see if you're worthy to be in. And then it becomes an elite club again because it's a cult. You know, you think Scientology just lets anyone in off the street? No, they don't. You can arrange an appointment to go down there, and some of the offices you can kind of show it up off the street, but it won't be like, oh, okay, hi, yeah, nice to meet you. You're a member now. Not like joining any other club where you just fill out a form and then you're good to go because you don't have to, say you'll praise Xenu forever in order to be there, or Mr. Ash Mufareh. Lord. Still don't know. Still unsure. All I know is that we have to prove that we're worthy enough to be there and then follow the rules, which so far just includes not promoting it publicly. But I am supposed to share out my link, so how confusing is that? One victory at a time? Can you tell us just one victory? Yeah, what was the one that you guys had? Like, where's the victory that happened? It's like, this is the victory with Ash. There hasn't been one yet. They're hoping this is it. You have to take the test for Scientology. Yeah, and then they usually put you through like a whole audit. You do the personality test, and then when you go in there in person, they get you to take the personality test again. So I don't know why they even send it to you in the email. And then after that, they actually have you come in for like an audit session pretty much. You have to go through like a whole thing to join it. It's not just like, hi, nice to meet you. Yeah, you're in. Now, do they turn people away? No. But the way that it's set up, right, it makes you feel like you're joining something super exclusive and special. And like the doors are locked. Like someone has to let you in and it's, oh, wow, look at me. I'm part of a great club. And then you get in there and you're making 30 cents an hour doing slave labor, and they rip your children away from you as babies and you never see them again. Like, it's like, not a great place, Just not a good place. So in my experience, don't join things that make you prove your loyalty to them. It never turns out well. So I was thinking, what will surely explain victory with Ash to me is the women of this thing. So I thought I would check in with our favorite one first. Oh my God, what happened to you, Sharon?
Hello, everybody. Hello. My voice works. Anyway, happy Saturday. It might be Sunday, your neck of the woods. This is when I can truly say happy weekend throughout the world, right? Anyway, if it's your first time here and you have not yet, ring the bell down below and subscribe to my station. You have one, I'll do the same to yours, providing it's positive, because that's how the Share Show rolls. So welcome to my...
Sharon, I need you to be careful about what you share on the Share Show from now on. Remember, Ash is always watching.
Channel. I'm going to get started here. Today's date is 11/15/2025. We're already halfway through November, folks. Whoa, time goes so fast and is priceless, right? So in the description.
So I'll let you know this is one of the newer videos of Sherry's.
I put hashtag Victory with Ash, the endless gift. And in my picture, my graphic, I put transform your life. So how I say it's the endless gift is because when what Victory with Ash is, it's a bridge, it's a platform for you to have personal development for free. And we have other things back there as well that's going to better your mind.
Me too.
And when I say that's endless, it's also priceless, folks. You cannot put a price on that. And also what makes it endless.
We're not sure if she and Chris, I should probably explain this. We're not sure if she and Chris hooked up. We don't have any real confirmation of that. But we do have confirmation that Chris hooked up with Julie Witt. Shortly afterwards, Chris went and visited Sherry. Or Sherry went to visit Chris, I should say. Sorry. And so the joke was that, that would probably happen too. There was a rumor that Chris had hooked up with somebody else. And I'm sure if you think really, really hard, you could probably figure out who that is. I'm not going to out anyone that hasn't already been outed. But let's just say it's another lady that he visited recently that he really likes. And so we have confirmation that he did hook up with Julie. So we're kind of joking around that Chris has been using this as kind of a dating service. So, chat's just having a little bit of fun with it. He'll probably say he did every single woman we bring on the screen. We only have proof of one, unfortunately, and we don't really have proof. I just have proof that he said he did it. I should make that very clear. Julie has never come forward herself and confirmed or denied this. Chris has just gone around and bragged and actually said some racist things about her during the deed to people, to the point that it's gotten back to our community. So I'm sure you can imagine how many people he has told this to. You get what I'm saying? Like, for me to have heard it because it made its rounds means that there's probably a few people that he has bragged about this to. I haven't only heard it from one. I just only got real confirmation from one. And so there's that. I just want to make that very clear. For all we know, in future, Julie could come out and be like, that never happened. I have no clue what that man is talking about. And I'd probably believe her. I'm just saying. If that does happen, don't be surprised. Don't be surprised by my reaction. Yeah, that was the point in me bringing it up, was to be like, just so you know, he does tell everybody if you do. You have a right to know. Woman to woman, as a girl's girl, I didn't like hearing it. I was kind of like, well, she obviously doesn't know that he's telling people this. She would not be okay with that. And I think she deserves better than that. If you ask me. Look out, Pat Parrott. Don't worry. She'll make an appearance tonight.
I believe is because when you improve yourself, which actually draws more to you, positive people to you, which actually in turn makes you have a better smile on your face, which in turn you go out into the world and have more of a smile. So therefore it's endless and it's contagious, because smiles are contagious, right? You ever notice what's so funny is when somebody laughs or what's the word, yawn, that's contagious, right? But this here, to me, Victory with Ash is endless and is going to transform your life in so many ways, and it will be endless. Can you picture knowing you're going to know more knowledge, and it's not going to be hard to do. It's going to be easier. Things you've never seen out there before. Incredible trainings in not just your mind, but also in business aspect as well. So even if you don't own it,
right? Like you just said, I would believe whatever Julie says. I can see Chris running his mouth on lies to try and get clout somehow, right? To like be one of the. He gets a little carried away sometimes, trying to joke around with the guys, and I feel like that's what happened. There was a conversation with some people that got a little carried away, and he said a little too much, maybe, you know. But I mean, he showed his true colors, so it's fun to joke about it. But who knows, right? Pimp my pyramid scheme. Oh no. Julie could have done so much better, like Milo. Honestly, at this point, like any of them are better. Chris is the most annoying one to me right now. He's driving me insane. His ego is too much.
The business, you're going to want to check out victorywithash.com, because it's going to help you in so many ways. It's not available yet, but you can go back and take a peek at it. But I want you to know,
it's not available yet. So when you log in there, like I said, there is nothing to do except read the messages from Ash. And he's updating them about as much as he updated the OES and OnPassive's ecosystem, right? So, like, we're just logging in to look at that. And then going, that was fun. And then leaving again and looking at that wonderful website they have. That's it.
if you
Literally back to square one, back to 2020 OnPassive. That's where we're at right now. The exact same thing. We're already having issues with the KYC shutting off and with people having login issues. It's off to a great start.
if you are excited for that.
Oh no, Sherry just did the scammer's throat clear. It might be too late for her.
You know, it's almost a new year coming up. And a lot of times we think of, I dropped my glasses. Oh, well. A lot of times we think of affirmations, or we think of what our new year is going to look like, right? Well, let this be the jump start of your new year, the jump start of your mindset.
That's right. Just like I predicted, we are already starting to push this launch of anything into the new year. I told you that they wouldn't be learning anything before the new year.
We get out of the negative, all the negative that the world has out there, all the negative that people give to you.
Shake it out.
One ear and out the other. If you heard me before, I'm just like a stickler on that, because it's going to help your health.
Right? The 8th one in a row.
Which also is an endless gift. I love that the CEO of this company has created this, because, and for free, to me, that's endless. That's filling so many people's hearts. His too as well. He created this because he wants you out there to have more in life. And a lot of times, the only way you can get that is to change your mindset. Let go of the old, bring in new, let go of the negative. So the new year coming up.
Right, like the man just has a money tree in his backyard. And the rainbow with the pot of gold, it ends at his head. Like, he can just give everything away for free. It's amazing. He's a billionaire, this man. He's allegedly already paid off the SEC. And now he's just handing out stuff to these guys for free to get them ready for the next biz.
About that, how you're going to transform your life. And in Victory with Ash, you can do that.
That might be us.
It's possible. You can do that. It's going to be so much fun. It's going to be easy. And by the way, be sure to look in your OE.
There has to be more fun cults for Sherry to join than this crappy Ash Mufareh one. There are. There are. Like, this is the shittiest cult of all the cults.
Yes, because there might be a new message coming. I don't know when. I just want you to be aware of the, keep looking in your OES as well. So I'm excited for this endless gift that he's given to all of us, the chance for all of us to have it. And mind you, there is a code of conduct, which I believe should be in every business, even in school, even in the world. There's laws and regulations, right? We all have to follow. The same thing with this business. It's like,
yeah, Sherry, the problem was that Ash Mufareh and OnPassive didn't want to follow the laws and regulations. And it looks like we're about to do that again. So he can have all the laws and regulations and his code of conduct and all the rules that he wants. But if he's not following rules and registering and doing all the things he's supposed to do legally to get this thing started as a business, then none of that matters. And by the way, he has an 8-year director bar. So he won't be registering a new business. Not one that you guys would all be able to join and share links out to have others join. Who then have links to share out to have others join, who then have links, and now we're in an MLM.
No, it's like nothing you've ever seen before. That's all I have. I didn't want to keep you long. Listen, I won't be here tomorrow, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, unless some breaking news comes out. Then I'll try to.
Yeah, just don't tell Stephen Hassan.
Figure out a way to do that, because I'm going to be with my older daughter. We're actually like because we're not going to be home for Christmas, so we're like making gifts for people. So anyway, that's what I'm going to be doing this weekend. And so if I don't come on here, that's why. But you
Sherry's making gifts for people. I am glad that she has a group of people that are all making gifts for each other. That sounds lovely. She spends more time with them and less time with this platform as time goes on. Like, there's probably clubs and things that she could join in her area that would give her way more community than OnPassive ever did. You know? Have a good night, Violet! I wonder what Victory with Ash breaking news looks like. Yeah. I know.
Can't catch us a lot of times. We do Instagram stuff together. So, and who knows, maybe we'll do a TikTok. Maybe I'll have her we could do a TikTok together. That would be fun. I mean, we did one a long time ago, but I don't know what I didn't do or did do. Anyway, that's all I have for you folks. I love you guys all to pieces. Don't forget to what? Live more, worry less, dream bigger, and give more. Know that you're important and you matter. Bye-bye for now. God bless. I'll see you in a little later. Having an amazing weekend. Bye-bye for now. Don't forget to ring the bell and subscribe to my station and share this out, because I got to save somebody's life. Just maybe yours. You're important and you matter.
Oh,
bye-bye.
I didn't know I needed my life saved by Sherry, but here we are. Thank you so much, Sherry, for saving my life. I appreciate you. I appreciate that, you know? Not very often people tell me that they're going to save my life, and that they just did. Wonderful. Thank you so much. Sherry puts me in a good mood. So I was in a good mood, and I was like, oh, Sherry, you know, you started to look a little rough again, but you know, you're still happy. You're still happy. You're doing your presents. I really wish you would get out of this cult. Ash Mufareh does not have good intentions with you. And the people in this thing don't treat you as nicely as I would like them to. I'm just saying, they kind of use Sherry for things. And I don't appreciate it. So I wanted to go and check out and see what some of the other people were doing. And I thought I would check out our buddy Ivy Mix. Do you remember her?
When you know everything, you're constipated in OnPassive. When you know everything, you're constipated in OnPassive. constipated, 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 constipated. We are not constipated in unpassive. When you know everything, you're
What about
constipated.
victory with Ash?
When you know everything, you're constipated. We are not constipated in constipated, 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 constipated in unpassive. You're a constipated human being in unpassive.
Victory with
You're a
Ash.
constipated human being. It happens little by little. Unpassive. That's constipation. That's constipation. That's constipation. That's constipation. There's no flow. Constipated, 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 constipated. There's no flow. Constipated, 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 constipated. There's no flow. Constipated, 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 constipated. There's no flow. When you know everything, unpassive, you're constipated. We are not constipated in unpassive.
Yeah, maybe she needs some victory with Ash laxatives, and then she wouldn't be so constipated. Anyway, I wanted to go see what she was up to, and she's been going quite hard. She's got the flow.
Hello, everyone. Over 100,000 people have rushed into this educational platform, and I'm sure the numbers have tripled by now.
What? Like, since you've been talking? What the fuck? I don't think so, ma'am.
And you heard me right. I said this is an educational platform.
Who's giving the education? If it's Ash and like you guys, I'm not too hopeful.
This platform is not a business, it's educational. And there has to be education before qualification, before certification, before graduation, before we get into the big, bold, beautiful dream.
She's got bars.
Now in the world, you have to market yourself after graduation. You're going to look for what you're going to do with your certification.
What?
Now, what you do with your education is up to you. You can go financial, you can go philanthropic, you can go religious, you can go community-based, you can do whatever you choose after your graduation. Now, somebody said, Dr. Ivy, what should...
No, like usually, Dr. Ivy Mix, you should know. Usually when you get an education, especially a secondary education, you pick a field. Like, like I went to college for social service work. So my field was social work. And then I could get a job in social work. I couldn't like go and decide that I want to go work in a different job just because I have that education. And see, that's the difference between just ordering your diploma on the internet and going to real school.
What should we be doing while we wait? I said, well, I am preparing the mind that is going to carry my blessing. I know I'm going to be blessed because I'm going to be educated. Your mind determines your destiny more than any movement could. So what would you be doing with your education? What would you be doing with the free education that is going to be given to us by the top people in the world? You go to any university, you have to...
Oh, no, I got the same education, I'm pretty sure, when I was in both It Works and Sensi, and look what I'm doing with it.
Determine whether you're going to be a lawyer, a doctor, a teacher, a financial analyst. Right now, if I walk into a university campus and say, oh, I have free scholarship, the first thing they will ask me is which department do you want to go to? Are you getting me? So I'm not going to be scrolling my app, refreshing the app, checking for updates, panicking, looking for the next clue. No, I'm not going to let my brain run on a marathon with no water, no rest, expecting my blessing on a half-charged battery. No way. Let me ask you, when your battery is 3%, do you feel okay? I do not feel okay entering that big, bold, beautiful dream half-charged. No way.
Oh, no.
So nobody has asked us to wait. We've been asked to rise, reset, and refocus. Refocus. Do you get me? One day, I had gone looking for somebody. And instead of looking, just sitting down and waiting, I kept on
I think you were looking for your marbles.
pacing. I kept on looking. Do you know the person came and left and I didn't even know? It's the same thing that we are putting ourselves in.
What?
It reminds me of the story in the Bible.
Wait, you were looking for something and it left and you didn't know? Is that what she just said? What just happened?
I kept on looking. Do you know the person came and left and I didn't even know?
Wait. It was a person. It was also a person that came and left. So she had somebody in her house, and then she went looking for them, but they had left already, and she didn't know? That's kind of weird. Are you sure they were there to begin with? Do we need to call someone for you, Miss Mix?
It's the same thing that we are putting ourselves in. It reminds me of the story in the Bible. There was the 10 virgins. 5
Yeah, and virgins have babies in the Bible, so I'm just saying. Why are we bringing the Bible into this? Holy, can we leave the Bible out of this one, please?
had oil in their lamps, 5 did not. When the groom came, by the time they went to get the oil and came back, the groom had left. That is not going to be your story or my story.
I have no clue what that just was. If you asked me this, like what she just said, I have no clue. There were 10 versions. Some of them came, some of them left, some of them came and left. And then that's the story.
Are you getting me? We're going to be ready. We are going to shift our focus from the scrolling. We're going to shift our focus to ourselves. Now that the gate is open, are you ready? What are you working in? What are your
Now there's the gate.
expectations?
Did the virgins go through the gate? I'm confused.
Are you still expecting that, oh, somebody's going to do it for me? Somebody's going to do it for me? That's not where we should be. This is the time for you to tell me what is in your heart. Write down who you want to be. And we will discuss it. Discuss who you are with yourself. Discuss what you've done in your life. Discuss what you are. Discuss what you want to be. And then you take it to the big, bold, beautiful dream. So you'll not be scrolling. You'll be busy.
Jesus Christ, they keep having to say big, bold, beautiful dream. It's just such a mouthful every time.
Are you getting me? Because if you go back to somebody's going to do it for me, somebody's going to be my savior, you have triple disappointment. So now everything is on you.
There is no way to do victory with Ash because all of you are making it seem like Ash Mufareh is your savior. He's showing up here. He's going to just give you free things and then make you all millionaires in future with a business. He'll completely change your mindset and fix all of your problems and then save all of humanity with you. So, like, what do you mean? He's your Messiah. You've turned him into a Messiah, a guru, something beyond a CEO of a business, something beyond the leader of a movement. You've turned this man into the leader of a cult of personality, which is basically a cult that just surrounds him, who he is, just praising him as a person. He doesn't even have to do anything, and you guys are like, oh my God, this is so amazing. We logged in somewhere. Like, that's what you don't understand. Shelly, you missed the song. Good to see you, though. I keep expecting them to say big, bold, beautiful Bill. I know, right? And that's exactly who they got it from, was Trump. That's where they got this language from. In case you're wondering, most of them are Trump supporters. And I showed that to you when the stuff was going down where Trump was stopping the FTC and SEC from going after the cryptocurrency scams, and they got all excited that they would stop their SEC case. Didn't happen. So, yeah, there was that whole thing. But that is where that comes from. It does come from Big, Bold, Beautiful Bill. That's what it is. That's what it is. Yeah, except John Barilla, that's right. John Barilla also John Barilla doesn't see Ash as a messiah. Got very upset in the chat there, saying, nope, don't do that. He's not God. And I was like, John, where have you been? They've been doing this for a long time. This has been one of my biggest complaints. Okay? I've done stream after stream about the faith manipulation in this thing. It's off the charts. Chris does prayer circles. Like, what do you mean? Ash literally was like, I was sent by God to build this AI so that we could all save humanity together. And they repeat that. So I don't know where he's been the last 8 years. He hasn't been engaged and plugged in. You guys should really do something about that.
Remember that the big gates that is opened is educational, it's not commercial. Let me tell you something. I have cataloged all the things I've ever done in my life, if I could remember. I remember when I was a travel agent, when I was a teacher, when I was...
You've heard her stories. They are insane.
Was a Sunday school teacher, when I was a chaplain, when I was a memory recovery specialist, when I was in the drama theater. Write it all down. Write it. Nothing is too small. Nothing is too big. I'm telling you, you have greatness in you that you are bringing into the big bold dream.
Now he's a professor, an educator.
Let me tell you something. Also write what you want to be, what you aspire to be. Don't leave out anything. Go back. If you're in your 60s, go back to all the things and the dreams that you had. Did you hear? It's a beautiful dream. So your dream is going to work. My dream is going to work. I'm so happy.
What if my dream was to be a ballerina? That dream is never going to come true. Okay? That was my dream. I did dance from the age of 3 until 14. And then I went back to dancing a bit for high school. I did a dance for you. What did I do? I think I did jazz ballet that year. So I was big into dance. There was a time where I really, really wanted to be a dancer. So what if that was my dream? I could not do that now with my fibro today. All right. I'm lucky if I can clean my house every day, which I do quite well now. I'm starting to get there. But at the same time, it's like some dreams, no, you can't go back to. And how am I getting my dreams met? Again, like Ash is just going to implant this amazing education into my brain over the next few months in this platform. And then we're just going to go save all of humanity together. Not much has changed, you know?
And let me tell you something. I'm going to meet you in there. I'm going to meet you in there. And there will be greatness once again upon humanity. Thank you so much. I'm so excited. And I'll see you on the next video.
Man. Sad. And it's like, you guys have already done this once. You should know darn well that this is not happening at this point. Right? Like, what is different between starting OnPassive and starting this thing? Other than now, instead of promising 50 AI products, they're promising education. And the education is from Ash Mufareh. So, you know, all I need to say about that. So, Chris Johnson has not been going live with Julie and Susie since the last time that we reacted. As you guys saw, they are being told not to go live every single day and do videos and give updates. I don't know what Bill Musk Productions is doing daily. He's doing it every day still. And some of them are streaming just their own personal stuff, as you'll see here tonight. But I had to go and check in on Julie, and Julie's done a couple of videos, in her own language. But then I came across Ivana, and Ivana uploaded this amazing video here.
So the gym is where I go. That is where I spy on you when you box
I
up
don't
and I
want
box
to
also. I've got a weird obsession with the shape of your body. So the gym is where I go.
So this is it here. This is Ivana. Oh, I can't say her last name. Polsarova. Ivana Polsarova. Anyway, she made this lovely video here where she turns everyone into dolls, which isn't culty at all.
Is where I spy on you when you box up, pretend I box also.
Don't want to copyright.
Got a weird obsession with the shape of your body.
Don't want to copyright strike. I don't want to copyright strike. People give me a copyright strike.
Got a weird obsession with the shape of your body.
Yeah, stay tuned. I'm releasing an anti-MLM Christmas album. Hopefully by mid-December, just for fun. So there was that. And then I got introduced by Salami to her video of Julie. All right. So she made Julie's AI twin.
Oh, beautiful soul. Remember that you are worthy of all the good things coming your way. Just breathe and relax.
Isn't that creepy? This is AI Julie. Yep. This is AI Julie. And she posted it up on her Facebook, all happy and excited. And I'm laughing because once again, this isn't made with Ash Mufareh's AI. Victory with Ash is not an AI company. Right? I know. Vanna hump a lot. Vanna hump a lot. Wonderful, darling. Thank you. So, this was made, and I find it very, very creepy. And it does look better than the one from Lev AI. So I especially had to show it to you because, as you know, our friends over at Lev AI, which Robin Noble is still very much part of, and for some reason acting like Marty's family is in it with her when they are not. Lev AI has AI twins. But it appears that somebody may have beaten them to it. And this is Julie.
Hello, beautiful soul. Remember that you are worthy of all the good things coming your way. Just breathe and relax.
Didn't really get the voice or the personality much, but Julie was pretty excited about it. So I wonder if she'll make an appearance in future. But I was kind of upset, I was like, Julie's not doing much. I guess that's all Julie's doing. Poor Julie. She's just waiting to go live with Susie and Chris again. So then I went to go check in with Susie. I had to. And Susie is here to tell us about
Hey
Luna.
everyone, it's Susie McCrae. I hope you're having a magnificent and lovely day. I was I was doing some yard work the last couple days. Nothing major, just getting the leaves done. And it reminded me of a story, and I always love.
And Joe says, that was creepy. It was, wasn't it? It's like Julie if she was kept in a hostage situation and forced to make a video telling us she was okay. Why couldn't Susie be AI? Maybe she isn't. We just don't know.
To tell stories, and this one was making me laugh.
So this story is about the lunar calendar. And this is where we've gotten to. We've gotten to the point where we can't share anything really about the platform. We're not supposed to hype it up. We're not really supposed to talk about Victory with Ash, but we still want to kind of promote it so that people will be interested in joining it. Especially if we're one of these main people and we have a channel that depends on us making videos about it. We need to get our AdSense for the month. You know? What are we going to do? Well, we're going to come on here and we're going to tell bullshit stories and then link them back to Victory with Ash and sometimes religion.
And there is some meaning to it. So hang tight. So back in 1994, I moved into a new home that I had built. I didn't build it. I had it built for me. And
I didn't need you to tell me that, Susie, but thank you so much. I'm glad that you made sure that I understood. I'm glad that you made sure that we all understood that you weren't the one out there building the house.
And I needed like the lawn done and, seeded. And I also needed the shrubs put in. So my dad was a horticulturalist and he was excellent at doing any kind of.
Is there even a way for people to join Defeat with Ash? One of them that are already in it, okay? One of the people that have already been invited can send you a link. And then you should be able to get in. However, I'm not sure. I'm not sure because I have seen people reporting of problems, which we'll get into a bit more tomorrow. But that is the only way. And so far, apparently 100,000 people have joined.
Planting, seeding, gardening, whatever. So Daddy came to help me, and he was.
Sorry. I can't do the daddy thing. When you're a grown adult, it's not daddy anymore. Just don't. The only time you'll ever hear me say daddy is if I'm talking to my daughter about her daddy. So I'm calling him daddy to her because she knows him as daddy. And if I started calling him Trevor to her, she would find that kind of weird. Or if I started calling him babe, that would equally be weird, which is what I usually call him when I'm talking to him. So you see what that's the only time you should ever be using the word daddy. Or if you must in the bedroom, if that's your thing, I guess. I don't, keep it to yourself. I don't want to know about it. But something just really gives me the ick. When anyone, I've heard men do it too, like mommy, I'm like, oh no, don't do that. Don't even call your own dad daddy when you're over the age of 20,
He knew what seeds and everything for the lawn, chewing fescue, this one here, whatever. I let him do his thing. He's a big help. And I had a hot tub outdoors. So I had the new house, a new hot tub, and it was on a concrete slab. And next to the hot tub, the hose for the lawn, the sprinkler. I did not have a sprinkler system. I used, moved the sprinklers around. And what I started noticing on the concrete was some water. And I couldn't determine if the water was from the hose dripping because some of it was coming underneath the hot tub. And then I thought maybe there was a problem with the hot tub. So I was not an expert with hot tubs, and it had all the pipes and everything, and it was new. So I called the hot tub company, and out came Wayne to check the hot tub. And I could tell right away this was going to be something else because this guy postured with a know-it-all. He was a know-it-all, which was okay because my dad and I are pretty easygoing. So he came over and he immediately starts quizzing me, okay, about everything, really trying to make me wrong about anything I tried or did. Well, did you think it was the hose? Did you check under here? And I stayed very calm and cool. And I said, yeah.
No, we sell hoses. Susie has been a bad girl. Chris is going to put her over his knee. Oh my. No. We don't need that. Love Susie's unrelatable stories. The funny thing is that I actually relate to this story, but not because of MLM stuff. And I might tell the story in a moment.
Said, I checked that. I wasn't sure. Of course, you guys are the experts. That's why we called you, Wayne. And my father's over, I can still see it now, raking and doing his thing. So he checked a few things underneath, and lo and behold, there was a problem. They needed to change a part or tighten it or whatever. But the funniest part was he continued to question me. So he says to me, how often are you supposed to change the water in the hot tub? And I said, well, I was told twice a year. And he goes, no, every 6 months. And of course, that's what I meant twice a year. When my father looks at me and says this word for word, he must be on the lunar calendar. This pissed Wayne off. He left in a huff. And my dad and I laughed about it because it was classic Joe McRae. He must be on the lunar calendar. He made like a really uncomfortable situation. Very, very funny. Very, very witty.
Which, honestly, good for him. And now I can relate to this story, like I said. But I didn't think that she was going where she went with it.
So what's my point in all this? Okay, I had learned this a long time ago from a mentor, and easy words, but hard to follow. If you want complete freedom and peace and power in your life, stop trying to be right and making others wrong.
I was like, oh, okay. Okay, I guess that's where you can go with it. Now, see, the reason why I relate is because I have been in a male-predominant field before, where the men there don't think that I can know as much as they do. I also had a similar situation to Susie, where I had somebody, I was having a foundation leak. My basement of the house that Trevor and I were living in. And I know what a foundation leak looks like because I grew up in my parents' house, very, very old house, built in the early 1900s, late 1800s, very, very old. And we used to get foundation leaks all the time. Okay, it was something that we suffered with. And eventually my parents had to have them come and dig up the, like the ground next to the wall of the basement and kind of like replace the wall, if you will, and make it so that we couldn't have any more foundation leaks. And that was after my parents had tried to patch it up a couple times. And then they finally got a really good company to come in. And they said, I'm really sorry that these other guys have been patching it up for you and like getting you to pay them every time they come in to do that. Because it's mainly my mother that was also dealing with them at the time. And they used to try to take advantage of her. This is something that happens. And they were like, honestly, the best thing we can do is we can build like an outer wall to stop it from leaking altogether. Kind of redo your wall without like taking it out of your house, you know what I mean? And they fix it. They fix it for you so that you just don't have any more foundation leaks. Because if you have an issue with your foundation and you don't actually fix the foundation, what happens is you patch up a leak, another one forms. You patch up that leak, another one forms. Patch up that one, and you're just playing like bop it with the leaks. So I had seen this already. I had gone through this. I was about 12, 13 years old, and I remembered my mom using a shop vac and constantly vacuuming up water. She used to talk to me about this all the time. I knew what it looked like. So when it started happening in my townhouse, in our basement, I called the maintenance people over, and they came. And I explained to them, we have a problem with the foundation. which we did have, everyone got evicted from those houses, and they had to plow them to the ground because they were unlivable. Maybe it's my fault. I don't know. No, they already had it planned. But what I'm saying is they came in and they tried to tell me that it wasn't a foundation leak and that there was just a hole in my wall in my basement. And I was like, that is a foundation leak. But the guy actually got to the point where he got in my face and straight up yelled at me that I was a woman. And that I had no clue what I was talking about when it came to the foundation of houses. All right? I told him to go get his boss, bring his boss over, and then we would have a talk again. He ended up going and getting the boss. This guy lost his job over this. Because when the boss came, he went, oh shit, it's a foundation leak. Yeah, we can't keep patching this up. We're going to have to spend $10,000 and dig up the yard and redo the foundation. This is going to be hell. And then they got it done. And then 3 months later, we got told that we were getting evicted because the places had been up they were fighting to have everyone evicted and get them plowed to the ground for apparently a couple of years. And so, yeah, I had an experience where men were doing men's work and I knew what was going on and they were trying to lie to me about it and tell me I didn't know what needed to be done to fix it. And I was like, no, I do know what needs to be done. I've literally gone through this already at a house before. I know what this is. I know what it is. I know how to fix it. Unfortunately, you got to fix it the right way the first time, right? And so I thought that Susie was going to use this as a great teaching moment for a story like that. And maybe throw in a little bit of feminism in there. Sometimes women, we do know what we're talking about when it comes to the foundation of beds leaking in the basement. And don't assume we don't just because woman. You don't know what my experience is with old houses. And having a mom that dealt with all of that stuff because my dad had no clue how to do any of that stuff. Why I married someone that did know how to do all of that stuff. So I had a moment where I was like, oh, this could be a really great teaching moment about how to, stick to your guns, how to be respectful if somebody's disrespecting you in that way. It can be a great teaching moment in terms of, again, she kind of mentioned how her dad lightened the mood there. And so I thought that that's where we were going with it. And then that was going to be the teaching moment. But then she just kept going.
Stop trying to look good. Okay, we do that a lot. People say something, it's not accurate, or we've got evidence. We have evidence that you're wrong in what you said. No. We put our energy into that. So I was thinking a lot about that today, and my dad, and doing the yard work and the lunar calendar. And it just struck me as, a moment to talk about how often do people try to make us wrong and they try to be right so they can look good. But
what? That was what we were supposed to get out of it? We're supposed to spend time thinking about how often people try to prove us wrong to look good. The funny thing is that I couldn't help but think, are you talking about the people that are saying that Ash Mufareh has an 8-year director bar so he can't be running a business and that the SEC shut down OnPassive? Because that's not people that are just trying to be right to make you look bad so that we look good. I'm literally asking you why you guys are lying about factual things that happened in a court of law. And then continuing on with business when you're not supposed to. You're breaking the laws. You're going against the regulators. Right? Being a consumer protection advocate, it's my job to protect the consumers from the companies and the people who don't want to protect them. Like companies like this one that don't want to follow the laws. I don't know what you're doing with this thing. This thing's turning into a full-fledged cult, like I keep saying. And especially if you're all here to like learn off of Ash like he's some kind of guru, it's all just very creepy. So it's like, what we doing here,
Then
Susie?
again, how often do we do it? Okay.
Yeah.
Once again, if you want some peace, freedom, and power in your life, step back, give space to people.
Yeah, just join Victory with Ash and log in every day and just wait for the amazing education. Don't try to prove anyone that it's good business. You know, when your family's like, listen, you've spent 8 years on this and nothing's come of it. I really don't think you should join this new thing. Tell them that they're wrong and that they need to stop trying to prove that they're right all the time. According to Susie here.
Let them do it. You don't have to go gather all this evidence and prove everybody wrong.
It helps that you don't have any. I mean, what is your evidence that this is going to be a good educational platform? Because if you ask me for evidence that this isn't going to be one, I can provide some. I can provide a long track record of Ash's failed businesses and then say to you, why do you want to take advice from a man that has failed business for 20 years about how to run a business? Does that make sense? Not to anyone over here, but that's what you guys are doing. You know? Hello, cool cats. If anyone tried to talk to my wife like that, he'd be on the ground. That's right. So they need to try to make Victory with Ash look good, apparently. So they need to stop trying to make Victory with Ash look good. Apparently. I'm like, well, what evidence could they provide that it's a good business or a good educational platform when there's not even education in it? Sherry's like, there's nothing in there yet. They're like, we're a really good educational platform without the education.
You know, the truth usually does prevail most of the time.
The truth usually does prevail most of the time.
You know, don't burden yourself with trying to be right all the time and making others wrong. It doesn't look good either. But anyway, we did make him we did make fun of him, and maybe that was bad to do, but it was a classic moment, and it was funny. So I hope you enjoyed that.
For a second, I was like, make fun of who? Us? Who are you talking about? The people that you're proving wrong? And then I realized, oh no, she meant her and her dad made fun of Wayne. And the first time I watched this, it took me a second. I was like, wait, who are you guys who's you guys and making fun of who?
And have a great rest of your day.
All right. Well, thank you for coming out and telling us a random story about your life and making something funny that your dad said to someone who was being kind of rude to you, all about a cult for no reason. Because, again, you don't have to promote this every day. That's kind of the thing, right? So it's like, why are you guys doing that for your channels? So I found us a new woman that I haven't seen in ever. Her name is Megan Mitchell. Have you guys met Megan Mitchell yet?
Good morning, good evening, Megan Mitchell, November 20th, and I'm continuing my topic on communication. I've been discussing the podcast with Jefferson Fisher and his brilliant understanding of communicating with others and how we can become better communicators through simple changes in how we say things and what we say, the words we use. Wonderful. So far, I've discussed the breath, saying less, which is more.
Yeah, remember that she did a whole discussion about saying less, which is more.
And yesterday I talked about when an apology isn't the best thing. Today I want to talk about what's under the surface. Right now we have a ton of stuff going on in Victory with Ash, but on the surface, some people think that we're waiting or that we don't have anything going on. When in reality, there's so...
No, that's exactly what I think. Because you don't have anything going on. You keep saying that you need to get your mindset ready to get educated. My daughter's 11. She wakes up every day and goes to school to get educated without having to get her mind ready. I mean, unless you consider having to eat a breakfast and, hang out for a little bit before leaving for the day, getting your mind ready. What do you need to do in order to run this business and get your mind ready?
So much more happening than we can possibly know. And it's exciting because we know something great is going to come out of it. But in terms of communication, we have to think about people not as we see them.
If you're going to teach us about communication, you should probably be good at communication. Megan?
Not as we can't take them for face value. We have this terrible habit of trying to convince people of something. We think that if we tell them something that they're immediately going to be persuaded to believe or to buy into whatever we're saying.
Oh my goodness, look at that. We found the woman who Susie's been stealing ideas from. Yes, we have.
What's important is that we can understand what's behind what they're saying. Jefferson talks about the concept of 2 glasses of water in a conversation. And when they're both full, the person speaking, the person you're trying to convince, when they're both full, there's no room for any more water to be poured into the other person's cup. We think that just because we are convicted in our beliefs, that they will too be convinced. What we have to remember is we are not talking to the person in front of us. We are talking to all of their past experiences. We are talking to the good experiences, the bad experiences. And we have to take time to unpack where those beliefs come from. He talked about a particular case where he was dealing with a man who clearly had a very strong distaste for attorneys. And when he sought to understand, he realized that the man was dealing with, I believe, either the death of his mother or his mother going into assisted living. I can't remember the exact story. And this man had had very negative experiences with an attorney. So immediately his guard was up. We talk about, we think about going to a restaurant and dealing with a waitress that seems short with us. When what we don't know is that the waitress is 2 hours over her shift, and she doesn't know if the sitter is going to be able to keep taking care of her kid. So she's concerned. When we unpack, when we seek understanding with the other person in our conversation, we can unpack some of those things that are filling up their cup.
Yeah, so I want to talk for a second about some of the things that are filling up my cup. Some of the things that I've experienced. I myself did 2 multi-level marketing companies back to back. I did It Works for several months, 7, 8 months or so. Then I quit MLMs for a little while. I started to become anti-MLM. I was starting to learn about the systems and how, only 1% of people could make money. And I had started to read the FTC website and their page on MLMs. And, I'd started to watch some of the r/anti-MLM videos. If you're unaware, you say that OnPassive has a platform of 100,000 people. You seem to like numbers a lot. So if you're unaware, the r/anti-MLM subreddit is a platform with over 139,000 people that have all had bad experiences with multi-level marketing companies. This is only a small percentage of people in our world that have had bad experiences with multi-level marketing companies. Then I kept digging further and further, but I ended up in Sensi. And the reason why I ended up in Sensi is because I was told that out of all of the multi-level marketing companies, Sensi was the safe one. And back then, a lot of the anti-MLM people were like, oh, but I still like Sensi. So I convinced myself that Sensi was a safe MLM, and I joined Sensi. And it ruined some friendships that I had. And when I left and I opened my eyes and started doing more research, I found out, you see, that multi-level marketing was only made legal in a case with Amway in 1979 so that the DeVos family could get rich. And because of that, it opened the floodgates for these legal pyramid schemes to prey on vulnerable people, women, and veterans. And I was like, I don't like that. I had given Sensi a decent go of, I kind of told myself, all right, if this thing doesn't take off in the same amount of time that I was in It Works, then it's obviously not the good, safe MLM. It's obviously not the one, now is it? Because I'm going to put my all into this. And I did. But nothing happened. It was the same old thing. And when I was doing all the work and I was getting, still in the minus with it, as I say, I was lucky if I made $54 a month, but I was buying $200 worth of Sensi every month. So, I mean, you do the math because I can't. We all know I can't do it. But basically, that was what was going on. And so I had to figure out why. Why is it that I was putting in all this work into two companies and I was getting nothing? I had never, ever worked so hard at something and not gotten what I had set my mind to before. I had never actually really failed at something when I tried in my entire life until MLMs. And I racked my brain trying to figure out why. And it led me to research and realize it was because of the way that the system was actually built. And I realized it was all just a big giant trick. A big giant trick to make you pay in. And it was all based on people faking everything. Faking success. And then trying to convince you that they're the ones that you should be buying stuff off of to become successful. And that was actually the industry. And I went, to hell with this. And how dare they do this to people? What is going on in our world that this is okay? And so I became anti-MLM. And I started my YouTube channel because I said, I always wanted to advocate. I've been through a lot in my life. I became a social service worker, graduated St. Lawrence College in 2010. Class of 2010, baby. The one in Kingston, not Cornwall. We'll make that known. And I thought, I could probably do advocacy. I could probably speak out about these things. I think I'd be okay if people didn't like me and I was on YouTube. 18 million people in the US alone are in MLMs every year. So I'm already starting off a channel knowing that 18 million people probably aren't going to like me very much from the US. And, I have a background in theater as well. And I was like, it might be fun. Might be fun. Maybe I can have some fun doing it. And so I did it for a couple years. you know, and then I got monetized, and I was starting to build a bigger community than I did in either MLM company, or even if we put both of them together. An even bigger community than my uplines had even had, by speaking out about it. And I was actually helping people. People were actually writing me messages, thanking me for making my videos on It Works on Sensi, for talking about how being in MLMs and leaving them and trying to figure all that stuff out triggered me because of leaving a domestic abuse situation. I had people write me and say, oh my God, I'm the same way, but I couldn't put my finger on what was actually going on until I saw your video. And I went, I'm actually helping people now, like I wanted to my whole life. That's why I went into social work. I'm here to help people. That's what I am. If I do that personality test, I get the advocate. That's the one I've always got. So I just am that person. And I went into MLMs because I wanted to advocate for mental health, to speak out and tell people it's okay to be on meds. It's okay to have a lifelong mental health disorder. You can live a very happy, successful, fulfilling life and find happiness. You know, it's not a life sentence, a negative one. Because I remember when I first got diagnosed, I sure took it as one. And that was my original goal. But I said, you know what, doing this stuff, speaking out about this and protecting consumers, I can also do a little bit of that with it. And it seemed to help people a lot more than any other thing that I had ever done to help people. And since I want to help people, that's my ultimate goal. And even was, like I said, when I joined MLMs, I thought, hey, all right, let's just keep going. See how many more people we can help, baby. Let's go. And then in late 2021, I came across OnPassive because my friend told me, you have to come see this really culty thing I just found. All right, I think I found a cult. I don't even think this is a company. I think I found a cult. And I said, okay, let's go. And then I couldn't stop. I can't stop. I won't stop. We will speak out about this all night. We will get everyone out all right.
Only when the cup is emptied out a little bit.
But yeah, you have to understand that a lot of people that speak out about MLMs do it because of the system being set up for you to fail. And because it harms people. Something we don't talk about a lot that I got reminded of this week is that people commit suicide when these things don't turn out the way that they hoped. It's just like any other scam, pyramid scheme, Ponzi scheme. People react the same when their dreams don't come to fruition. So it's a serious issue. Well, hello, Megan Lynch, another Megan. It's wild to see me since he has a partnership with Disney. Yeah, well, Disney partnered with LuLaRoe long before they partnered with Sensi. What's crazy about the Sensi partnership is that if you go to the Disney parks right now, you are breathing in Sensi scents as you walk through the parks. And that is crazy to me. I'm like, they're forcing people to breathe in bad MLM products at Disneyland and Disney World. Oh no, you don't want that, you know? Proud to be a member of this community for 55 months, Joe. Thank you for being a member. And my moderator. We appreciate the work that you do here too, Joe. Did you hear I redid my comp plan? Yeah, we covered it the other day. 445,000 years down to 12K. Woo, woo.
Can we pour some more into their cup? We can pour a little.
What Sension is married to a Disney executive? Well, wow, I know, right? You would think so.
bit more of our information, our experiences into theirs. And only then can we possibly change their mind. Or
you already tried that. You guys were all like, oh, all those other MLMs, they all suck. Like I said, I already did that with Sensi. They're already the MLM that does that, and they do it the best. Because like I said, they even convinced anti-MLM people to still use them. So I mean, what do you want? That's probably the only one that's ever done that. You know what I'm saying? So like, what are we doing? You already did that. That was your way of bridging any gap with people that had an issue with MLMs. The issue people have with your specific MLM is usually that you have no products. And even here, you have no education right now.
give them a new understanding, help them to see things our way. I think this is an incredible thought. I think the best communicators understand that when they're talking to a person, they can't take the conversation at face value. They have to.
Do you guys think that we have the best communicators here in this scam?
To look behind what's being said for the meaning. As we move forward with Victory with Ash and we interact with others, take some time, unpack their experiences, understand that they have a totally unique set of experiences other than yours. And
so every Wednesday on my community tab, we're deprogramming right now. So if you really do want to unpack, may I also suggest that you unpack from these systems as well, and any other oppressing systems that may be in your life.
they may not align with yours. I hope this is another meaningful conversation about communication. And as we move forward, I know that we're all going to become better communicators, and we're going to become better at many things, because that's what Victory with Ash is all about. Have a blessed Thursday.
Definitely can't wait for Ash Mufareh to teach me how to communicate, because we know that man definitely knows how to communicate. I mean, that's Ash Mufareh for you, the good communicator guy. He you got Mike Ellis and Andy Burks, the numbers guys. You got Chris, Captain Chris. Hey. And then you got Ash Mufareh, the good communicator. Yeah. That should go over real well. Can't wait. So unfortunately, after I watched that, I thought in my mind, you know who I haven't heard from in a while? Who I need to check in with? Pat.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening all around the globe.
Oh my God, it's DC. Pat, what are you doing? Here on my channel, I don't like to react to Pat often at all, because as you can see, she has an oxygen tank. She's quite elderly. But I am going to play this one. And then we'll probably leave her alone for another 2 years like we have. Because this one, it just will show you how Pat's been doing here in Victory with Ash. But it's also going to show you that Pat also does a lot of the faith manipulation. Pat's not innocent, unfortunately. That's kind of her danger. It's kind of the same thing that Sherry has about her. That's why they like them. You kind of look at them and you're like, they can't hurt anybody. Look at them. How does this lady hurt anybody? She's not going to hurt anyone. She's not here to hurt you. She's just here to sign you up for a pyramid scheme under God and listen to Ash Mufareh, the Messiah. That's all. It's okay. You can trust her. And it is something that we do have to talk about, especially if we're going to be promoting something new. So bear with me. It's less than 10 minutes of Pat. But this is how she's been doing.
I am grateful, thankful, and blessed to be here today. And it's November 18th, I believe, 2025. I want to talk about full potential. And it's in Philippians 2, verse 2. Make my joy by being of same mind, maintaining the same love, united in spirit, intent in one purpose. Wow.
Yeah, wow. We are reading the Bible and talking about your relationship with God. Now, if you're new to my channel, yes, I speak out about cults quite often and other religious high control groups. I don't speak out about them because I hate people that are religious. I speak out about them and I teach people about these coercive control tactics in hopes that if you are somebody that believes, you'll know to be wary of these things, to stay away from false prophets. I often tell people to try to stay away from organized religions, stay away from the cults. And if you are going to have a relationship with a God, that should be a personal relationship that you have with God. You don't need a third person to come in there and be a messenger for you. You can just pray and talk to God yourself. You don't need a priest, but some people enjoy the Sunday services. And I'm not going to be over here hating. But I do ask that you learn the tactics that will be used by people who would try to manipulate you into something more dangerous using your faith to do that. And Pat here is an example of what I mean. Because Pat is using religion. And she's saying, listen to how they're talking about how you're supposed to have your relationship with God. And in a moment, she's going to use that to discuss how people in Victory with Ash relate to each other and how they all relate to Ash. And that's kind of a scary thing to think about, isn't it? Which is why I say that this thing is going into cult of personality territory. We're there. We've already compared him to God a bunch of times. And now here we are, Victory with Ash, doing the same playbook, doing it again with faith manipulation. Wonderful. Love that for us.
These words were written many years ago. Really, it all says you can experience happiness without allowing the Lord into your life, but your true joy cannot be completed until you are living in accordance with Him and His desires.
Yeah, God, Pat. They were talking about God, not Ash Mufareh.
For you. That's my belief. Even better, these words were written by man living in a prison at one time. Paul.
Do I have to? Maybe don't take advice from people in prison either. Just life advice from Queen of Karma.
Was a man who knew what joy was, despite his circumstances. Can you walk in joy today, despite what's going on, and get yourself through? When we're united together at Christmas, as you can see, I have my Christmas tree up. The intent of the purpose is spreading the love of the Savior together. Our joy knows no limits. It becomes complete as we let Him into our lives, opening up our hearts to Him and relying fully on Him for everything we need.
Yeah, again, God, not Ash Mufareh.
Wow.
Wow.
I love this time of year. And I love having my tree put up early.
Yay.
I love looking at the lights. It fills me with more purpose, more understanding, more deeper reading. And when working with others in peace, filled with a loving environment, is something you won't find in many places. Make it your goal to agree wholeheartedly with people around you all the time to find that peace, find that purpose, find that true love that you're looking for. But that purpose has to have a meaning.
You see, like, this is not the worst advice in the world. You know, like, find your peace, find your happiness, find your purpose. Just not in an MLM or a scam or a cult.
And when I talk about full potential, not only with the Lord, but everything that we do in our lives.
And this is where it all goes wrong.
I belong with Victory with Ash. It's a platform where we're going to be learning. And to give my full potential to that, I must have an open mind, open heart, and willingness to learn. That's what I'm looking for. The willingness to learn something new. Learn how to better myself, to help others. It's going to be life-changing. And when I join Victory with Ash, we have the opportunity to ask others that are willing and wanting to learn.
Did someone say harem?
To have their full potential, to bring themselves out in a loving community, which I choose to call family, because it's spread all through the globe. And when we have Victory with Ash, our CEO is bringing the best of the best to give us the opportunity to fulfill our full potential, but to be you, be who you are with your full potential. Whether it's just to learn for yourself, for your business, but to help others, share it.
Lord.
Share it to bring others to their full potential,
Tabernaculous.
to better themselves. That's the biggest meaning of Victory with Ash.
Now, Ash is cruel to get someone like Pat to sign up for this, telling her that, you know, get this out. She'll be making money. She'll learn something new. She'll get this all out. You know, Pam doesn't have all the time in the world here. Or, sorry, Pat doesn't have all the time in the world here. All right? She just doesn't. And she's really depending on this and on Ash. And it's almost evil to, like, have her waiting around here when she could be actually doing something else that will actually help people. Like she wants to.
To better yourself and to share with others that are looking for the same, that want their selves to look better, to be better, feel better.
Like join a support group, you know?
And bring their full potential. So full potential is 365 degrees is how I like to look at it. And when we stop and think about
Doesn't that hurt your neck?
365 degrees. Ever since I've been following Mr. Ash Mufareh and our community, I believe I have turned 365 degrees.
Yes, you heard correctly. 365 degrees. Yep.
With the love, the peace, the generosity, the learning. I have learned so much.
So much.
And now with the bridge of Victory with Ash.
It's a bridge again.
That's going to lead us to the big, bold, beautiful new dream.
Oh, that's just cruel. She also has to say the whole thing? She even threw new in there and added an extra word. Look at that. Wow, that must be some stuff. You get 365 degrees. Right?
Shared dream, business. There's nothing.
Oh, it's a big, bold, beautiful, new shared dream business. Holy crap, I almost needed to take a breath halfway through that.
That is going to stop me to feel my potential, full potential.
She better be careful. She has oxygen in.
With learning in Victory with Ash.
Learning in Victory with Ash. That's an oxymoron, isn't it?
Sometimes we say too much. I listened to Megan Mitchell this morning.
Oh.
Less is more sometimes.
Look at that. They're all listening to Megan Mitchell. Looks like we found the girl to watch.
So when we fulfill our full potential,
I've been living all wrong. I only move at 360.
we'll be able to go out and share to everyone how much potential that we have learned, how we grew, how we did this, how we did that. But people will really recognize it as they see it in you. So be you. You learn you. And
You learn you. All right. Well, I don't need Ash to do that.
become your full potential.
Woo-hoo.
Just like we all want to in Victory of Ash. There's going to be so much there.
What about
I'm
God?
excited
I thought we were talking about God, Pat. What happened?
for it to start. But yes, we are onboarding right now, and that's amazing.
Body language makes me laugh. I'm not a body language person, but every once in a while, okay, I do watch like a lot of like cop interrogation things, okay, and they always talk about how you can pay attention to someone sometimes when they say things, and then they make a like body gesture that's the opposite. For example, watch Pat here.
For it to start. But yes, we are onboarding right now.
See how she shakes her head no when she says yes, we're onboarding right now. It just makes me laugh to think that she's subconsciously telling us that not much onboarding is going on here. Yeah.
And that's amazing. The amount of people. Over 100,000 people already. And that's a week ago number.
Yeah, a week ago number, and then you haven't gotten a number since. That hasn't been suspicious at all.
Can you imagine what it is today?
Well, so I love how she's like, that was a week ago number. Not that was an old number from a week ago. That was a week ago number.
It's unlimited potential for everyone.
After she shakes her head no a bunch, it's unlimited potential.
Unlimited.
Unlimited.
You can learn as much as you're willing to.
But from who? How? Okay. If it's a platform that you have to upload videos that Ash and his alleged business buddies are recording right now for all of you to teach you things, then those things would be very specific lessons from them, and therefore it wouldn't be unlimited learning. The internet can give you unlimited learning, but the Victory with Ash platform then cannot. The only way that they could do that is if they had like a search engine in there, and then you had access to the whole internet through it. Otherwise, it's just Ash indoctrinating you, really.
Fulfill your potential. Full potential.
Yeah, you could start by leaving this thing. That's a good start.
Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Stay connected. We love you all. And here goes. Rock on to Victory with Ash. Thank you, Mr. Ash Mufareh, for all you're doing.
Yeah.
We are grateful, thankful, and blessed.
Yeah.
And for everyone, this is going to be a holiday you will not forget.
Oh, damn. Now we're making those promises? That's not good. This is going to be awful.
Great times, love, peace, and joy to everyone. Sending prayers out to anyone who has needed. And remember, full potential in Philippians 2:2. God bless, take care, I love you all.
And she brings the
Bye-bye
Bible
for
up again. Just one more time before she ends it. Nightmare fuel, that's right. She's like Corinthians 2:2. So, you know, Pat Parrott still up to her usual faith manipulation. You know, Victory with Ash is going to be great. It will show you your full potential. But like I said, I don't know how it's going to be an unlimited learning platform. Full of it potential. It's like Ash doesn't have much potential. We've already seen his full potential. So I'm not convinced he can teach me much. Thank you. Listen to hours of the man rambling. I don't think we'll be learning much from him. So, you know, I don't like to react to Pat that often because of the fact that she's elderly, she's ill. You know, it's not a great feeling. But I had to show you guys because it's been so long. She's basically doing the same thing. Although now it's just Victory with Ash, and it might be worse because now she really is just using the Bible and then making it all about Ash Mufareh and following him, which is crazy. I'm Ash Mufareh, and I can't stop talking. That's right. Before we wrap this up, though, we have to hear from everybody's favorite person. Of course, right? Everybody's favorite OnPassive. You know, Jean.
Hello, everyone. It's Jean Oliva. I had something very unusual happen to myself last night.
Oh, no.
I had heard that the aurora borealis, or colors in the night sky, were going to be visible in my area over the last day or so. And
the Northern Lights?
And that is very unusual in my area in the Northeast U.S. And so I was very excited about it. Really, really wanted to see it. And I had already tried driving to a local park where it would be darker, but there was cloud cover. So I thought, let me just go out into my backyard and see what I see.
Yeah, be safe, Jean. Lord.
So I knew I had to turn off as many lights as possible because light, keeps you from seeing the night sky and the stars.
Well, yeah, but you do it after you get to the location, Jean. You don't go walking in the dark.
So I turned off all the lights, inside and out, and I grabbed my phone and I walked into the backyard, and it was pitch black dark.
Next time, grab a flashlight, not the phone. They're not the best. They don't really project light outwards like a flashlight does. It's just kind of like a little digital light that you can like kind of only see a little bit in front of you. It's always better to take a flashlight in that situation. She just stayed at home. She did.
Like, I couldn't barely see in front of my face.
Oh, my God.
But I could barely make out that there was a picnic table there, so I set my phone up.
Wait. like Joe just said. Were you not at your house? Did you not? You don't know where you put your picnic table in your own backyard? What do you mean? Like, what? I mean, even in the dark, I would be like, okay, I know that I have a picnic table over here somewhere. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you usually know your backyard. Where were you? I thought you just said you turned off all your own lights, inside and out, and then walked outside. And then you're acting like you have no clue where the picnic table is. It's a mystery.
Tried to take some pictures, and then I thought, you know what? I think it's actually the other direction that the aurora will be appearing.
Okay, but you do know that the direction of the picnic table doesn't change, right? Also, what are you taking pictures of then? Wait, you made it sound like you found it, and then you were taking pictures of it. But then you're like, and then I thought to myself, actually, this isn't where it is. I don't know what I'm taking pictures of. Just the night sky for no reason. Like, what? What is this story, Gene? This is very r/that happened at this point.
So I turned around and I started walking back in the other way, and I tripped over some rocks in a garden. And
oh my God! Now there's also rocks in the garden, and we also don't know where those are. How did that happen? What is going on, Jean? Jean doesn't know her own backyard, and now we have rocks sneaking out at her. They just showed up out of nowhere. You can find your picnic table easily. Just look for Yogi and Boo Boo. She doesn't know north from south. Apparently not. I mean, you should be aware of what direction the northern lights are going to be in, or is that just me?
because I couldn't see them in the dark.
I thought you had the phone out. Why are you walking in the dark now? You mean to tell me you didn't put the phone light back? See, Gene, this is why you needed a flashlight. Not a flashlight, a flashlight.
And I
maybe get one of those other things for Chris.
Fell hard. I went face down. Luckily, I did not hit my face.
Oh my God. Guys, Jean almost died in her backyard. We almost lost Jean. She tripped over some rocks and fell on her face in the dark in her own backyard. Thank God she's okay.
My phone made terrible crunching sounds.
Oh no!
I landed on, both of my hands. I slammed onto the slate rocks.
Oh no! You were slammed onto the rocks. That's awful. I sprained my wrist once landing on it. I also tripped and fell in the dark. Although I was being stupid. It was karma. I was like 18 and me and a bunch of my friends on Canada Day decided to go to the park by the school and set off fireworks because we were all teenagers and we were dumb and drunk. And of course, they called the police on us because we were in the park by the school. And they have laws that you aren't supposed to set off fireworks in like a school zone or in a heavy residential area. And of course, again, I didn't know because I was like 18 and an idiot. And so me and a bunch of my friends are like having a great time. And then all of a sudden, woo, woo, I'm not even going to lie, we went running. We were like, peace, time. Fucking booked it. The cops, that's all they wanted to do. I don't think they were going to actually like find us or arrest us. Like, once we all left, they kind of like drove as if they were going to, come after us. And then they just kind of drove off. Like, they just wanted to stop us from setting off the fireworks in the park. They never came and tried to find me. But as I was running back to my house, I tripped over in the dark. Very similar sort of like cement slab thing. And I also fell on my hands And I sprained my wrist. And I was like, well, there you have it. That's why you don't run from the police. Because you will trip in the dark and you will sprain your wrist. And then I was never put in another position where I had to run from police again. That's the only story I got like that. But yeah, no, that can happen. Don't try to catch your fall. Some falls you aren't supposed to try to catch. Fun story time with Queen of Karma. They didn't want the 80-year-old woman calling again. Yeah, like usually on Canada Day, people don't call, but I don't know if somebody called or if they saw us. And I think it was probably because we were at the park, like close to the school. Of course, it's like 11:30 p.m. at night, so it's not like there were kids at the school or anything. But we still probably shouldn't have been there setting off fireworks. We definitely shouldn't have been drunk setting off fireworks. That's never smart. Don't ever do that. But, you know, it was 2004. Sue me.
It was a hard fall and it stunned me.
Oh my God.
But my first thought was, oh my gosh, I wonder if my phone shattered.
Before your wrist? We are on our phones way too much. I haven't had a phone in 2 years.
Luckily, it did not. That was the first miracle. The other miracle is that I was not badly injured. Minor things with my hands and the side of my body.
Aww.
But I was fine. And my point here is that
I fell down and I can't get up. I don't know what your point is here, but okay, let's drive it home, Gene. Give us the moral of the story that will somehow lead into how great Victory with Ash is. You know, like, waiting.
When you really want something, sometimes, you know, when you go for it, you might stumble, you might fall, but you pick yourself up, you dust yourself off, and you keep going for that thing that you want.
I guess you did take, Pat's advice to rock on to a whole new meaning, huh?
And in this case, I really wanted to see the aurora. I wanted to see the colors in the night sky, and it was worth it to me. And I think it was just about understanding that sometimes when you're going into, say, the unknown, there will be times when we encounter challenges or we stumble, but we pick ourselves up. We always keep our eye on the goal and we keep going, and we do it with good humor and good faith.
Well, did you ever go get the picture of the Northern Lights, or what happened?
And the knowledge that if we never give up, we're going to get there. And it was absolutely a bizarre moment for me. I am perfectly fine. I am okay. And I'm ready for my next attempt to go out and go after my goals and dreams. And I will see the aurora one day. So anyway, thank you.
What? You didn't even see it after all that? Are you serious right now? You didn't even see it after you fell down and hurt your whole side and your hands? You really did rock on? That sucks. But, Gene, falling and scraping yourselves on some rocks is not the same thing as having your company shut down by the Securities and Exchange Commission because you broke the law, and then having an 8 years director's bar. Those are different things. You know, you are right. Sometimes things can go wrong and you can have hiccups and bumps in the road. But this is a little bit more than that, you know?
So much for listening today.
So thank you so much for that, Gene. Thank you for that. And so far, those are the ladies that we know for sure have made it into Victory with Ash. You know, we have a few of our other most famous people that we know are in there, like Tanya, Norelli, as Chris calls her. You know, but they don't really do that much in terms of videos. These are the ones that are making videos so far about Victory with Ash. Well, like I said, Julie hasn't made a video since Chris Johnson last went live, and it's been a few weeks now. I wonder if he's going to feel it with his channel this month. Over Christmas time, too, kind of sucks. So I guess we're just going to have to kind of see what happens. What happens in future with these ladies in Victory with Ash. And now we also have Megan Mitchell to add to our roster of people to react to. So we'll have to check in with her and see what she's doing from now on. That will be fun. But if you're wondering what is the platform doing, I mean, this is the website here. This is it. Nothing's changed. It's just training and benefits still the same. You know, it is what it is. But you can go and see it at victorywithash.com. We've read through all of it before, so I won't put you through that again. But yeah, an educational platform that has no education yet, but hopefully it will in the new year, they say. Remember I told you, it's about that time that they're going to start trying to push it into the new year. Looks like the time has come. So I hope that all of you have a fabulous, amazing rest of your night. I will see you tomorrow. We will have a very nice Friday again tomorrow. I'm going to try to put on our usual Friday. It might be around the same time, so look for that. And yeah, make sure that you give this a like, subscribe if you are new here. I speak about multi-level marketing companies, which are commercial cults, other cults, and high-control groups. And sometimes I just talk about other fun things, like flat earthers, or, you know, the other cults that you don't really think are cults, like Mega, or the incel community, which can be a fun one sometimes. You know, so we talk about cult things, talk about the manipulation tactics that they use to, you know, these coercive control tactics on you. So talk about that. And lately we're going to start talking about deprogramming, de-influencing, if you will, and what the end of recovery looks like. It's great to be in recovery. We've all been going through recovery now for many years together. We've been going on this journey alongside me here. But you can't be in recovery forever. So how do you know when you're recovered? So if that sounds interesting to you, make sure that you subscribe. And again, I will see you all tomorrow. Like always, I love all your faces.
My name is Ash Mufareh,
in it to win
and I'm
it.
your friend.
Bye.
My name is Ash Mufareh, and I'm your friend.
We are here.
I'm Mike Ellis, by the way.
Call me Reverend Jim Jones, okay? Let's go to Guyana, all right? No joke. If that's a call. Hey.
And I'm your friend.
That negative YouTube channel has got more followers on it than I do on my own. It breaks my heart.
And I'm your friend. My name is Ash Mufareh. If you're rude, if you've been doubting or spying, or we know who you are.
Stop going there. She wants to be the first to make us look silly. Yeah, Queen of Karma's on there asking for a debate. That's the lady I brought on. Her debate was screaming at Ash. Asking about why don't we answer the questions on religion. I think we've answered that over and over again. I've been answering them over and over. It's not the answer you want, but
Only Reverend Jim Jones. Okay? Let's go to Guyana. All right? Take care.
Alright, this is a great way to start your day. Come here and tune in to crazy men talking about their experiences. My name is Ash Mufareh, and I'm your friend.
I'm Mike Elch, by the way.
I'm a fabulous man, everyone.
And I'm your friend.
Stop going there. That negative YouTube channel has got more followers on it than I do on my YouTube channel. It breaks my heart.
And I'm your friend. My name's Ash Mufareh.
Stop going there. Yeah, Queen of Karma's down there.
My name's Ash Mufareh, and I'm your friend.
Let's go to Guyana.